Good morning, buddy! Here's some news from TVG for you. In just a day or two, the 16th installment of our beloved game, Final Fantasy, will be released. But those mischievous folks at Square Enix keep teasing us gamers with fresh details about the project. During a live stream, the game's producer, Naoki Yoshida, entertained us with his thoughts, and here's what I found out. About 6 months ago, they plan to release the game on 2 discs, just like they're planning to do with the remake of the 7th part, Final Fantasy VII. However, they decided to make some adjustments so that it would all fit on a single disc. But now, it weighs 90 gigabytes, 10 gigs more, and they would have to adapt and make an additional disc. Remember when they said the game would work perfectly right out of the box, without patches? Well, turns out it's not as smooth as they expected. We can expect a 300 megabyte update ahead to fix some glitches that might hinder our progress in the story, as well as correct some texts and add a few nice features. But you know what? It doesn't mean you can't launch the game without this update. It will just be better with it. And here's another interesting tidbit. Mr. Yoshida let slip about unlockable content. After the first playthrough, we'll be able to start a new game plus, and they will add an additional high difficulty level. New bosses, new tricks for old enemies, and enemies lurking in unpredictable places. According to current data, it takes around 35 hours to complete the story, but let's not forget that this is Final Fantasy. These games suck players in like an endless swamp. Finally, they started showing us some upcoming changes. The game's creators listened to feedback from those who had a chance to try the demo, and they are ready to make a couple of desired adjustments. We'll be able to adjust the camera movement speed, disable auto-aim, and adjust motion blur. They'll also add the ability to remap control buttons. Most likely, we'll see these changes in future patches. Fun times, right? And we continue. Yesterday, the official Twitter account of the game Frostpunk 2 decided to play a prank and shared a mysterious image. It turns out that if you're an expert in deciphering, you can decode the hidden riddles and symbols in it. And what did we learn? All the core mechanics of city building are already running at full speed. The development team is currently focused on external testing. You know, at the Gamescom exhibition, which starts on August 23rd, journalists will even be able to try the game. Additionally, the studio is planning a press tour in the United States in September. By the way, the release of Frostpunk 2 is scheduled for the first half of 2024, so get ready for freezing and adventures in a new icy world. And you know what? Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment wasn't on the list, although the developers presented a fresh trailer with footage at the show. As stated in the game's subtitles, fans watched it again, and then watched it one more time, raising the alarm. Criticism emerged on the RPG Codex forum, where criticism regarding the current graphical state of the project was directed. They said it wasn't very good and provided several screenshots as evidence. Soon, to dispel doubts, Brave Dim, an employee of the studio, arrived and hurried to calm the crowd, stating, "Don't jump to conclusions, we don't even have an alpha version yet. The design will remain the same, but we will improve the graphics 100 times, and the testing itself will be conducted for longer than the usual 2 months to ensure quality." It seemed like he calmed them down, but at the same time sowed a seed of doubt. And how many other studios at the Microsoft showcase presented gameplay or footage from the game while actually showing a gameplay trailer? Isn't that Ubisoft's prerogative? And here it is, the famous Assassin's Creed Mirage. The company boasted about the size of the map but immediately added a small modest note to avoid going overboard. They say it's exactly the same size as in Unity or Syndicate, but definitely not like in Valhalla. It's not a gigantic territory, but it's not just a fleeting passage either. Overall, it's everything they promised, but with a sense of humor and an understanding that even scale has its limits. I dedicate this amusing excerpt to poor Blizzard, who are constantly shaken by yet another round of reshuffling. Clearly, they are missing out on something with these changes. The game designer behind all the legendary titles like StarCraft, Brood War, Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, The Frozen Throne, World of Warcraft and its expansions, as well as the irreplaceable guru of Overwatch and the incomparable systems designer of Overwatch 2. Yes, you guessed it right, it's the one and only Scott Mercer. After 26 years of service, he decided to leave the studio and dedicate more time to himself and his health. That's how these cunning old-timers either go on to found their own projects or join forces with other Blizzard alumni to conquer the world with their creativity. As for Mercer, it's all speculation for now, although one unexpected observation is being confirmed: Blizzard doesn't hold on to their staff for long, as they've been running away from there like wildfire for quite some time. Well, it's certainly a lively carnival. Alright, let's talk about these cool games that were showcased at the summer show. Especially the Marathon from Bungie. And this time, the information comes not from the developers themselves, but from our grandpa Tom Henderson. Well, this grandpa has been in the know for a while and talked about the marathon long before its announcement. He connected with his mysterious channel that had previously informed him about it and shared some hints from the inside. So, this game will be a team-based one, like a team of 3 awesome characters. They will engage in the same activities as players in Tarkov, exploring the map, completing missions, and escaping to safety. And if you die, you'll lose all your gear and have to start from scratch. Currently, only the main mode is available, and the developers are still working on the rest. Oh, and the planet where all this takes place doesn't have a breathable atmosphere, so you can't breathe there. As a result, the runs will be limited by time or, more accurately, by the oxygen supply. But don't worry, you'll be able to take an oxygen canister with you during your adventures or steal a supply from a store. Enemy bullets can damage your oxygen system and increase its consumption. That's not the only problem, it seems. If an enemy hits you in the head, you'll get a concussion, and the image in front of you will become blurry. There will also be a leveling system. You'll unlock cool perks that will help you revive your teammate faster or reduce oxygen consumption, among other things. There will be special abilities too, like night vision, which will reveal enemy silhouettes. All these are different items, loot, implants, and perks that somehow enhance the implants. However, if you kick the bucket, you'll lose your implants with a chance of recovery. But the perks will remain with you forever, and you can show them off to your friends. And they are developing 3 maps for the game. I'm not sure if all of them will make it to the final release, but I heard that the creators want to hide a bunch of secrets in them to make the gameplay even more interesting. During the season, they will update these maps to make the game ultimate. What does that mean? Well, they want you to spend less time in menus and more time on the battlefield, making everything fast and dynamic. The matchmaking is working on the same goal, to get you into action right away. Though, of course, all of this is based on rumors and may turn out to be untrue or simply change during the development process, which, by the way, is still unknown when it will end. So, let's wait and hope for the best. Well, that's all for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Until next time.